Have you ever caught yourself staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m., agonizing over a tiny conversation you had earlier, wondering if you said the wrong thing or if that person is secretly mad at you? Let me tell you a harsh but incredibly freeing truth, my friends. They are probably fast asleep, not thinking about you at all. We spend so much of our precious mental energy worrying about how we are perceived by others, carrying the heavy burden of their opinions. But while you are busy overthinking and putting everyone else's needs first, who is taking care of you? It is completely natural to want to be liked and accepted, as human beings are wired for connection. You might think that being hyper-aware of everyone else's feelings makes you a good friend, a dedicated worker, or a caring partner. However, there is a very fine line between being empathetic and completely abandoning your own identity to keep the peace. When you constantly bend over backward to fit into someone else's mold, you slowly chip away at your own foundation. Here is the reality check we all need from time to time. Most people are the main characters in their own lives, completely wrapped up in their own dramas, insecurities, and daily tasks. That passing comment you have been dissecting for 3 days, they forgot they even said it 5 minutes after the conversation ended. It sounds a bit brutal, but it is actually the ultimate permission slip to let go. You are holding on to a script for a play that no one else is actually watching. Think about all the time, emotion, and brain power you have sacrificed on the altar of other people's opinions. Now, imagine what would happen if you gathered all that scattered energy and poured it directly back into your own life. You need to build up your own self, because at the end of the day, the only person you are guaranteed to spend the rest of your life with is you. You are the only one who can chase your dreams, heal your wounds, and create the life you actually want to live. I used to be the ultimate people pleaser, constantly twisting myself into knots just to make sure everyone around me was comfortable, even if it meant I was miserable. I would say yes to things I hated, dress a certain way to fit in, and bite my tongue when I had something valuable to say. One day, I looked in the mirror and realized I had no idea who was looking back at me. I had spent so much time building up other people's comfort zones that my own house was completely falling apart. The first step to breaking this cycle is radical self-awareness. You have to start catching yourself in the act of overcaring and hit the pause button. Ask yourself, am I doing this because I genuinely want to? Or am I doing this because I am afraid of what they will think if I don't? If the answer is the latter, it is time to pivot. Start practicing the art of saying no without offering a 10-minute apology or a fabricated excuse. Next, you have to actively invest in your own growth and figure out what makes you come alive. What are the hobbies you dropped because someone once made a weird comment about them? What are the goals you pushed aside because they did not align with what your family or peers expected of you? Pick them back up. Read those books, take those classes, and spend time alone getting to know the incredible person you have been neglecting. Will people be surprised when you suddenly start setting boundaries and putting yourself first? Absolutely, and some of them might even push back. When you stop being so incredibly accommodating, the people who benefited from your lack of boundaries will naturally feel uncomfortable. Let them be uncomfortable. Their reaction to your growth is their responsibility to manage, not a signal for you to shrink back into your old people-pleasing habits. Alayhi salam, you start building your own self. Something magical happens. Your confidence grows, your anxiety begins to quiet down, and you start attracting people who love you for who you actually are, not for what you can do for them. You realize that your worth is not defined by external validation, but by the solid, unshakable foundation you have built within yourself. You stop surviving on the crumbs of other people's approval and start feasting at your own table.
It is time to take your power back, my friends, and start focusing on the one person who truly deserves your unwavering attention: you. Stop living for people who do not even think about you, and start building the beautiful, authentic life you were meant to live. If this message resonated with you today, please hit that like button and share it with someone who might need to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe for more words who make you wake up, and I will see you in the next video.